Here's the best news for all of you. We don't have to guess how the Bills ranked these wide receivers. They're either going to take one who they clearly like more than the other ones.
Trade
alert.
Oh, no.
49ers for Ayuk.
Oh,
Kansas City. Stokes, we've lost Luka. So what we know is the Bills make this trade well aware that the Chiefs are probably going to take a receiver, right?
It's most likely.
So Brandon Beane is not dumb. Let's all understand. We're going to go back to chat. Everybody knows, whatever you want to say, Brandon Beane is not dumb. This tells me that, much like we've discussed recently, Stokes, despite the reports that Xavier Worthy sticking out on their board, they have a cluster of receivers, and it really doesn't matter to them whether it's Xavier Worthy, A.D. Mitchell, or Xavier Legette. They think they're going to get one of them at 32, and they hopefully recouped a day 3 pick. I'm going to go back to Twitter. I'm not going to blow any picks. I want to get the trade compensation. Costa, if you happen to see that, please feel free to put it in chat. Totally trust you if you see it.
That's what it has to be. They're like, okay, we're comfortable with any of these 3 guys. So if we can go back and get a 4th round pick or a 5th round pick or whatever, it'll be fine. We're not gonna lose any sleep over if we don't get one guy over the other guy. So
okay, so here's the trade. Here's the trade compensation. The Bills receive. The Bills get pick 32. Pick 95, which is a third. That has to be a third, right?
Yeah, that has to be.
Yep.
And then pick 221, but they give up one of their 4ths, pick 133 and 248. Luka, what we were talking about is, so the Bills now have 2 picks tomorrow.
Sweet.
Luka, here's what it is. And you're not gonna like, well, never mind. Here's what it is. There was a lot of smoke about Xavier Worthy for the Bills, and we thought he stood out on their board above the rest. The reality is Brandon Beane is not an idiot, right? This is not a situation where Brandon Beane got duped and the Chiefs told him, hey, we're going to go up and take an offensive lineman. Brandon Beane clearly had a group of receivers that he rated very similarly, or at least a group of players, and it's worth it to him to recoup a 3rd round pick, and it doesn't look to him like it's worth it to take a receiver when he can look at, would I rather get receiver X here at 28 or receiver Y at 32 plus a 3rd round pick? That's how it has to be. Right or wrong, but here's the other reality. There is a stench on this organization right now because they are the team that trade out of the pick that became Patrick Mahomes. If whoever they pick that we can assume is a receiver becomes Patrick Mahomes' go-to guy for the next 10 years, that's going to sting. So you better be right. When you trade with that team, you better be right. Because this isn't trading with the Cowboys or the Jaguars. This is the damn Chiefs, who have ended our season 3 years in a row with a quarterback we traded away from. So you better be right. Fish is saying stuff in chat that makes me think that
there's only one. I don't even care if that's factual or not. The reaction I had is because the moment that trade fucking happens, there is one reason that Andy Reid is moving up from 32 to 28 to get something, and that is Xavier Worthy. It has to be. We obviously need to wait for it to be official, but as soon as that happens, that's a bigger gut punch than Brian Thomas going to the Jags. It's a fucking joke. You do not hand Andy Reid, as you pointed out, a team and a coach that has knocked you out time and time again, even without a Tyreek Hill, another weapon that he could potentially mold into a Tyreek Hill being available there at your pick. What in God's name are you doing? I don't care what the return is. Oh, whoopity-doo, you got your 3rd round pick selection back. Who cares? Are you going to be thinking about that as Xavier Worthy or whatever else is going down your throat? What a joke. An absolute joke.
This is Brandon Beane getting back that 3rd round comp pick that he didn't get for Tremaine Edmonds.
Great. I hope he stares that down as he's getting it absolutely up his, let's fucking whatever.
Okay.
Unbelievable.
Here's the reality. We're all kind of upset, but I want to go back to what I said. Stokes, Brandon Beane's not an idiot. He has to have had these guys so closely ranked that it's worth him to recoup better picks tomorrow. So that tells us that despite the reports from the national writers that the Bills had Xavier Worthy on this pedestal, which, by the way, that's going to be the pick here. I apologize for spoiling it, but enough people are saying it in chat. I went and checked, and it's true. They have Xavier Worthy on a pedestal. That means that the Bills, if they go receiver, must have a similar grade on guys like Leggett, Mitchell, and they just felt like it was worth it to do it. At this point in time, though, if they don't take a receiver, good luck.
Yeah, this is. I mean, I don't really. I don't know. It's tough to absorb. The only thing you can hope for is that Andy Reid doesn't know how to use this super fast guy in his offense. Like, it's just like to have the same team be attached to giving them their generational quarterback, and in this type of position, it's really difficult, especially when this is a team that we've just been getting crushed by for multiple seasons. It's just it's really tough to take. But I mean, I imagine Brandon Beane could be looking at it like we're looking at it like business. This is business. This is business. It doesn't matter who it was. It could have been Joe Blow, whoever it was. They have the picks that we wanted. So we made the trade. I mean, it could have been the Chiefs. It could have been the team in our division. Could have been this and that. That could be how he's looking at it, but it's just difficult when you're looking at it from an emotional standpoint. How
Fish, you're good, buddy. I wasn't saying that you were bad with spoiling that. I was just saying, like, enough people were saying it that I was good to say it. Sorry, Stokes, go ahead.
No, I didn't have a whole lot left. It's just difficult to absorb as from a fan perspective. From a business perspective, like it's the reason why companies do business with Saudi Arabia. Like, despite what they've got going on, Saudi Arabia has the money. So this is how you do it. But this is you don't want to do that.
And the Nuggets are losing.
Yeah, they're down 4.
Okay. Everybody, Josh is going to bring us back. I got this. This is what I'm built for. I said when this show started, Xavier Worthy wasn't my favorite idea. I thought Xavier Worthy was the Bills' favorite idea. I like Xavier Leggett and AD Mitchell better as prospects for Xavier Worthy because I think they both have speed, but also have that ability to develop into the X. If the Bills get one of those two players at pick 32, I'll be just fine. And it just turns out that these national reports that the Bills clearly did not have a love obsession with Xavier Worthy, because look at all the stuff that, the Eagles have an obsession with trading up. That didn't happen. The Giants have an obsession with, who was it? Mitchell. No, McCarthy, excuse me. My brain is, no, didn't happen. So like all this stuff we've been hearing has not necessarily come to fruition. So I think it's incredibly plausible that the Bills just felt like we can trade down, get our guy, and their board looks very similar to what many of us had. It makes sense to me that when you're building this basketball team that the Bills are trying to build, that they would be looking more so for an Xavier Leggett.